Good morning, everybody. This is long overdue. I had said I would post weekly about my job search, but to be honest with you, I had a few setbacks and I really didn't want to come on and be negative. I will share some of that with you, uh, but I want to follow up on some of the things I've learned along the way here. I'm still practicing patience. Waiting to hear back from an employer is a waiting game. I'm practicing uh, probably a little humility. I don't know, but anyway, I'm learning as I go here. I have applied online for a number of positions. It seems that that's the way to go these days. Even if you see a sign posted in a store, they typically refer you to apply online. Now, for me, that's quite different than things I've done in the past. I realize that's the way it's going in this day and age, and I can understand why. They pre-screen. I the first week I was off work, I did apply online at Hobby Lobby because I love the store and I spend way too much money in there. And I applied at Target because I love the store and I've always had somewhat of a desire to work there. And I would be, if hired, taking a lateral pay. It wouldn't be, going backwards. So I applied at Hobby Lobby and I applied at Target. The Target position was for an on demand. So you basically fill in for other folks. And the only requirement is, as I recall, was like 4 hours a month, which obviously I would want more than that. But I thought, well, this would be a good foot in the door. I was in the store. I spoke to the HR person, and he said he would watch for my resume or my application. So I was anticipating to hear something back. And this past week, I finally, after 10 days instead of a week, as he had said, I had an email saying, thank you, but no thank you. Your availability isn't what we need. And I was a little bit taken aback and somewhat disappointed. So I'll tell you what I did. I immediately went back on Target and reapplied for the same position. And this time I put in total availability, meaning every day of the week, 7 days a week that they are open, I put in I'm available from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now, would I really want to work nights, evenings? Not really. But I indicated also totally flexible, although I prefer mornings and days. I'm totally flexible. Would you not know that I got an immediate response? My first reaction was this is an age thing, and I've got to get out of that. Although I still think age is a factor, but I have to get away from that. So when I reapplied and got an immediate response that they wanted me to do a video interview, I thought, this is computer generated. They're seeking certain things, and obviously, if your availability doesn't match their needs, it kicks you out. So I went on Reddit and a few other sites and did realize from reading other things that this is quite a possibility. So this morning, I did my video interview, so we will see. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very optimistic. I'm trying to be very positive. Now, with Hobby Lobby, I was in the store and I was actually purchasing a small item, and the cashier was the assistant store manager. And I had asked her, I said, I just recently filled out an online application, and I'm curious, are you actively hiring now or are you waiting until season? And she was honest and she said season. So that's still pending. I will continue to follow that. I've gone on and applied for a couple other positions. One is as a sales associate in a high-end consignment store, which I think I would do very well. One is for an Italian ice cream shop. Excuse me, that is a chain, which I didn't realize till I did some investigation. So I'm waiting to hear back. I have have to say I'm somewhat particular. Um, I have people tell me, oh, why don't you go be a receptionist? Why don't you go do this? Why don't you go do that? Well, I have to want to do it. And there's certain things I've done, I don't choose to do that again. I I also applied at Sprouts Market, which is somewhat of an organic store nearby, and that response was very fast and very nice, and said, "Excellent resume, but not quite what we're looking for this position, but we will keep you in mind for others." So I took that as a positive. So we will see. Now, what set me back? Well, I initially was going to come on and voice my frustration, and I chose not to because once I put this out there, it's out there. I was very disturbed, to say the least, when I found out that an error on the part of my former employer would prevent me from selling back my stock in a timely manner. And part of my decision to go ahead and leave when I did was knowing there was this time frame, this window, and I might need that money to sustain myself or add to my income to get me through until I found another job. So I should have realized, I thought I was doing due diligence, but I should have realized a little sooner than I did that there was something not correct because I was still able to log in as an employee on the company website. And I found that really unusual because I would think you would be blocked from doing so. I was able to go in and check under the financials, which is a totally separate category, my holdings as far as stock. And I made a phone call just to make sure that the paperwork had been received and it was complete and was told, yes, it was. Well, when the date came that I had been told they would be um, cutting a check for my stock that Publix, excuse me, anyway, the store would be buying back. When it was still showing that I had all these shares of stock, I called and was not happy because the nice young man that I spoke to said that my termination had not been completed until that very day. And that was an error on the part of management where I worked. And because of IRS regulations, they can't alter anything. There has to be a 2-week period once you leave before they can cut a check. But there is this window, which we are in now, that they don't buy back. So his mistake put me into, now I'm waiting almost 2 months to receive the monies. I was very upset, and I probably still shouldn't be saying. I think it was total. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was they were lax in taking care of proper paperwork. And I don't know why you can't go in a computer and change a date, but apparently that's not the case. Anyway, so I'm still plugging ahead. I've kind of gotten over that shock. I'm watching my pennies down to the penny to manage to do this. I'm still being optimistic. I've chosen to, I look online a bit every day. When I'm out and about, I look, and I still have this in God's hands. I think something's going to happen. It will be for the better. I have to think of things that way. And there was a reason. There was a reason. I just don't know yet quite what that was, but something better is going to come my way. And I want to continue to think that way, although this journey is a little more difficult than, any of us would like. I've chosen to focus on working on some craft items. I have visited some places locally that there might be an opportunity for me to sell my crafts locally, and decided, okay, you have these supplies, do them. Now, I haven't filmed any of it because I really haven't been in the mode to get on YouTube. Um, but that's where I stand with um, the job search. I am going to post another video and I'm going to go ahead and probably upload it immediately. I had done one, and this was a follow up to Otter Creek and some comments I wanted to share. I didn't upload that because of another YouTuber, and it would appear, even though I had filmed mine prior to seeing his, it might have appeared that I was copying him. That was not the case, so I didn't upload it. And I didn't want to get on and film anything else because there's been days that, quite frankly, I have enjoyed um, getting up, taking a shower, but not doing my hair or putting on my face. And I've just taken a vacation from it all. This is supposed to be fun, and I just wasn't in the mood. So I am going to upload another video. Hope I don't suffer any ramifications from it. But if you are watching this at all and curious about my journey looking for another job, I'll keep you posted. Um, until then, I hope everybody out there is having a blessed day. Stay safe. We've got the 4th of July coming, and we need to celebrate our democracy in this wonderful country we live in. So hang in there. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. I promise.